Yes, our new super reviewer is here, Chukudi Okoli Ugbaja. Chuks, it's good to see you again. It's a brand new week.
It is a brand new week.
Are we expecting a brand new Chuks?
Oh, I'm always brand new.
I'm always brand new. You're just trying to...
There's this eternal intoxication I have.
He's trying to
Some people
understand
have
the
told me
joy.
anyway that hyperactivity is an ailment. I don't know what they're talking about.
There's nothing
I'm
like
always
that.
bubbling. There's a generator inside me.
You
My
know-
God, though. Demo,
We're back
how you
on
doing?
top.
Chelsea has qualified for FA Cup final. They say you're sacked coach for
The
Harry
coach-
Potter. Yeah, how are you, my dear?
We are back on top.
We are.
Whatever they do, Arsenal will take that.
We are the Gunners and the Gooners.
Yes, we are gunners for life. You can't take that away from
I
us.
missed you.
Of course you
I
must
did,
miss me
though.
now. I wish we'll have that kind of spirit in our our Super Eagles
We will
squad,
going
you know,
forward.
that hunger to
Yes.
achieve, to score, to
Get
to
new
the top.
Super Eagles, get new boys.
Please, can we start the
No,
paper?
that's Super Eagles. Get new boys. Stop worshipping all these established people in
Let's
Europe.
go the Westerhoff way and
can we-
Clemens Westall.
Yes.
You went for hungry boys.
He doesn't want us to talk.
Can we do the papers, please?
We're doing Super Eagles, please. It's papers too.
Okay, let's go to the papers. I'll begin with the Blueprint newspaper this morning. And above the masthead of the Blueprint newspaper, Hajj 2026, stakeholders seek FG's intervention over hike in aviation fuel price. You find the details on page 18. And just below the masthead, NDLEA seizes Captagon. Suspect excretes 45 cocaine pellets in Kwara State. Find the details on page 9. Nigeria benefiting from crude oil price raise and outlook strengthened. That's from a report. You want to know all about it, you go to page 24. And the Tigers face links in second US tier match. All about it is on page 22. And the headlines: APC PDP rally against Makinde over call for Operation Wite. Says Oyo governor's call diminish his exalted office. Remarks inciting threaten national cohesion. That's coming from the PDP. Side piece of the picture story: Vanguard Image Maker Award call to do more for Nigerians. It's coming from the Minister of Information and National Orientation, and that's what the picture story is talking all about. And how NAF airstrikes destroyed terrorist hideout in Northeast. That's coming from the spokesman of the Nigerian Army. And Mali Defense Minister killed in coordinated terror attacks. Details on page 10. At the bottom plate of the Blueprint, 2 police officers shot. Reps aspirant escapes assassination. You find the details on page 9. It's from Anambra State. And woman delivers twins at KB Empowerment Program. Wow. You find the details on page 6. Dangote Refinery to employ 95,000 skilled workers for expansion of 1.4 million barrels per day. Now let's quickly go to the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper, below the masthead, NCAA raises concern over domestic airline service failures. Find the details on page 3. NDC offers Obi Kwankwaso joint presidential ticket. Details on page 3. APC crisis festers as 5 states face exclusion from primaries and convention. Down the details also on page 3, and a side piece of the illustration of how the oil market is doing now. We have the ground handlers may suspend operations over airlines 9 billion naira debt. Details on page 5. Alleged coup plot, detained Colonel sues FG, demands 500 million naira damages. Details on page 9. Backlash over Alausa stand on social science courses amid widening job crisis. Details on page 5. And Lagos State government signs power purchase agreements with 3 IPP firms. Details on page 7. Serap, NGE sue NBC over threat to sanction broadcasters. Details on page 5. And 2027 group predicts APC likely to lose in Nasarawa State. That's on the panorama page on page 2. And cracks, hurdles in united opposition hand APC strategic edge ahead of 2027. Details on page 6. And Polymat raises 13 billion naira from commercial paper to improve industrial agenda. Details on page 14. Mr. Demola.
Okay, let's go to Daily Trust newspaper, and just below that nameplate of Daily Trust, we have delayed flights as jet fuel shortage deepens. That's on page 25. Aviation fuel hike. Stakeholders see government's intervention to save 2026 Hajj. Sule Gambo, APC imminent loss in Nasarawa. That's on page 11. Long waits, staff shortage, crisis in public hospitals worsen. That's the major headline of that newspaper. And that story can be found on the front page, page 3 and pages 3 and 4. Underwear display, political campaign hits new law in Kano. That's on page 8. Sokoto onion farmers lose 10,000 bags to fire in 1 week. Details on page 33. Abuja's chaotic transport system drains residents. Details on page 6. Nigerians face rising threats in South Africa. Ask government to act. Details of that story is on page 5. Chooks.
Let me quickly talk about this backlash over Lausa stand. That's the Minister of Education concerning people who read social sciences. He is credited with saying that they face bleak job prospects because of what they read. And I'm wondering whether that is really true. I am one of those. They told that going to the university to read linguistics was nonsensical. But if I tell you all the things I'm able to do to language because I read linguistics, is it ethno-linguistics, sociolinguistics, linguistics and psycholinguistics, language and the mind and all, it helps you apply a lot of analysis to some of the things people say. I was engaging in who is Igbo, who isn't Igbo, sometime, the other time, you know, there's this thing from Southeast people about but people in Delta and all that. I was able to talk about it because I read linguistics. There's no course you read that cannot be applied. It depends on how much you try to. Is like I say here, part of the reason broadcasting has a problem in Nigeria is that people do not domesticate it. How do you domesticate broadcasting? You speak about those things in broadcasting the way the people you talk to will appreciate it more.
Yes.
You don't do it the BBC way. You don't do it the Al Jazeera way. You domesticate it. It could be that occasionally you put in a little pigeon in your analysis. It's art. There's nothing you can do with the course you read. It depends on how you apply it.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
Sociology, political science.
You say in Nigeria, people tell you that your course is not relevant. Okay, let me tell you this. A history student will be a better documentary maker if he learns production.
Yes.
A history, should I say history, not because.
No, not because.
A history student will be a better documentary maker if he learns production.
History is a course because we are in this situation we find ourselves today in Nigeria because
it's applied knowledge.
Yes, because history was taken out of secondary school curriculum, and most generations, this new generation, don't even know Nigeria the way it used to be. They don't have an idea of the history of Nigeria, how Nigeria thrived as a nation, how Nigeria was at the top at one point in time.
People just talk out of ignorance. Professor Okeke comes here. He holds everybody spellbound.
Yes.
That's because he read philosophy. He's a philosopher.
He can read
he talks about life from all aspects of it. Look, we need to think. Anyway, I'm trying not to get annoyed.
Don't be.
Yes. Let them stop saying these things. You can read any course and apply it. It depends on you.
No, you know, in Nigeria, you know, people, the sciences is the best, you know, but the world cannot exist just on science alone.
Thank you. Plato, Aristotle, John Locke, which medicine they read. They were philosophers. Anyway.
Well, let's look at the crisis in the public hospitals that is getting, worse. And
I keep saying not again.
The problem of shortage of staff,
yes,
equipment, and all that, and a lot of patients waiting long hours before they could even see, health officials. It's sad.
I am happy my wife got prompt attention when I took her to a hospital around where I live. Let me not mention the hospital. And I told the doctors there, I didn't expect to still find you here. Because one of them told me that you have two sets of doctors, mainly. Those who are on the verge of leaving and those who are filling papers who may leave in the next 1 year. And I said, no, you guys can't do this to us. It's not we. First of all states should adopt the Imo State and the Delta State formula. A doctor now does not get less than 500,000 on entry. Let's start from there. Then we go into equipping. These things can be retrieved. We're on the precipice, I agree, but we can step back from it. Nobody causes calamity. Preservation is the first law of nature. An organism must preserve its own life. We have to learn to preserve our own lives.
I've always said that in as much as we concentrate on infrastructure development, human development is also very important.
And health is one of them.
Yes.
Education.
It's critical to the development of the nation.
I think
doctors and nurses and auxiliary workers in the hospital, something they need to be, the government needs to look into some of this.
We have to. We don't have a choice. Is it because we have a very productive population? Do we want to reduce it? Because they will tell you that Nigeria has a population that can take it to the heavens.
One doctor to 5,000
Because
people.
3/4 of Nigerians are below 45. That is a productive workforce. What are we doing with that workforce?
We're not taking advantage of it.
That's the point, Demola, my brother. You were saying something, please. I thought you were raising a particular,
Yes, this issue of onions that the farmers in Sokoto, they lost over 10,000 bags to fire in 1 week. So there's likely to be a rise in the price of onions in the market. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the rains had started over there as well. I think it gets up to June before Sokoto and the
It's not the rain, it's fire. It's fire.
It's fire.
It's fire.
Oh, yeah. The other time, there was also something that happened to tomato. It was a disease that broke out then, and that was 2 years ago when I bought a 50. What did our conscience call it? That dustbin, basket. They sell it for about 5,000 now. I bought it 15,000 that year at a Rosso market.
So, and there's need for government now to do something about the Nigerians in South Africa because of this rising threat.
Did you see the clip? You didn't see any clip?
I didn't see any clip. But
the Nigerian was telling them, this is my identification.
And he was not allowed
A lady, there was and so what? So I have valid identification.
And document.
And you're telling us, and so what? Somebody said for his safety, he should relocate. But this is not good for Ramaphosa and his people. Let's not go to the cheap, we held them during apartheid. Remember that when we nationalized British BP, that was when we forced Britain to abandon South Africa and independence became feasible. I think that was under Obasanjo. It was Nigeria's action that led principally to apartheid being dismantled.
I still remember that iconic picture of President Obasanjo walking on the beach in South Africa.
Yes.
A white-only beach. I still remember that iconic picture.
Why are they so short on history, those people?
Actually, it's not only Nigeria.
It's unfortunate. It's become black on black violence.
Yes.
Yes,
actually.
So we were saying on the note,
we got to let
before I get justifiably annoyed.
Yes.
Let me take myself
for coming. We'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome
back.
back.
My warm regards to the family.
I missed you terribly.